2025 is officially here, so I thought I'd go over exactly how much money I made as a print-on-demand seller in 2024. But first, I'd just like to share a quick story on how I got started with print-on-demand. So from 2018 to 2023, I ran an online vintage clothing business called Callum's Cupboard, and I'd pretty much go to charity shops, go to car booths, find any old rubbish I can, like these Playboy sunglasses. Here they are. I used to sell stuff like that. And I did pretty well off that business, as you can see from this news article that I'll put somewhere here. But the problem was I was bored. I'd done it for 5 years. It was very repetitive, same thing every day. So I wanted a new challenge. So I wanted to take the skills that I learned from Callum's Cupboard and put it into something new. That is when I made my first print-on-demand store. It was a simple meme t-shirt business, and it pretty much jumped on any trend that was popular at the time. Two of my best selling products were this t-shirt right here, an Ozzy Osbourne t-shirt, and this t-shirt right here, a DJ Khaled Life is Roblox t-shirt. And I started that store in August 2023 when I closed my old business and ran that up until the end of 2023. And from my first print-on-demand business, I did about £60,000 in revenue, which came out to around 30,000 in profit. But I closed that store at the end of 2023, and you're probably wondering, why did you close that store if you did 60,000 in revenue and 30,000 in profit in around 5 or 6 months? And that is because while I was working on that store, I was also working on another store, and I decided for 2024 I wanted to put all my focus into one store and truly grow that business. So I'm now going to show you my Shopify and Etsy analytics from 2024 and show you exactly how much money I made throughout the course of 2024. So as you can see, here is my Shopify dashboard for the whole of 2024. We've got from the start of January all the way till the end of December. I'm just going to quickly refresh the page so you can see that these analytics are real, and this is actually my Shopify dashboard. I know there are a lot of fake Shopify and Etsy analytics on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, so I just wanted to put that little refresh in there so you can see that these numbers are real and I've not edited the source on the page. Now, one thing I'm not going to do is tell you the store name. I know I only get about 200 to 300 views a video if I'm lucky, but I don't want to tell you the store name just in case I do get unnecessary competition for myself, because it only takes one good person to copy and all of a sudden my business is a lot harder than it needs to be. But I will share with you that this is a female t-shirt store, and it targets specific events such as St. Patrick's Day, Halloween, Christmas, that kind of thing. I'll go into each event a little bit more into more detail shortly when I go over the analytics month by month. But for now, that's just a little introduction to the store. So before I go over the analytics, I just want to start off by saying that this store's traffic came from organic content. I don't really like the idea of paying for Facebook or TikTok ads, and I'm fully aware that you can scale a business through good ads. I think you can scale a better business through organic short form content. Now, there's no right way and there's no wrong way to do print on demand. You just have to find something that works for you. And I've found that short form content and organic traffic works well for me, so I'm going to keep at that. I just want to give you a quick example why I don't really like paid ads, and I think they're glorified, and all people see is a big turnover number and think they've got a big successful business. But let me just give you this example. You spend 100,000 on ads, you get 210,000 in revenue, you spend 100,000 fulfilling the orders, and by the end of it, you've got £10,000 of profit and a lot of customer service because you've done £200,000 in sales. Whereas if you do £20,000 through organic traffic, which is very easily achievable, as I'll show you shortly, £20,000 in sales through organic traffic, you spend £10,000 fulfilling the orders, and you've made exactly the same amount of money as if you turned over £200,000. But the beauty of it is you've got a lot less customer service and you've made the same amount of money without the stress of running ads. So for me personally, I'd rather do less turnover, the same amount of profit, and have less customer service. I'm not particularly interested about having £500,000 turnover if it means I'm only making £20,000, £30,000. I'd rather have £100,000 turnover and make £40,000, £50,000. I also like organic content because you can focus on making funny and shareable content, which doesn't directly sell the product or have a direct call to action. It's not a pushy piece of content like an advert, but it does inevitably result in sales when you get enough views. But anyway, enough of me yapping about short form content. I'm now going to go over my analytics and show you just exactly how much money I made throughout the course of 2024. So as you can see, I had 133,000 online store sessions. I did 93,000 in sales, 3,379 orders, and a conversion rate of 2.28%. Now, I'm pretty happy with that conversion rate because I believe the average on Shopify is about 1.4, 1.5%. So I am above the average on conversion rate. But this conversion rate does show just how much traffic you need online to actually get a sale. And obviously 133,000 views was after millions and millions of views across Instagram and TikTok. So this print on demand store started in October 2023. So from October 2023 to January 2024, I was pretty much just building the catalogue and bulking the store out with products ready for 2024. And looking at this graph, you can see there are some pretty serious jumps in revenue and traffic. And that is because this store focuses on events and trends. So in March, we had St. Patrick's Day, and I did 34,000 in revenue on St. Patrick's month, week, day, whatever you want to call it. And the store sessions for March 2024 were 39,000, so they were quite high. Now, in terms of how many views I got on social media, I think I got about 4 or 5 million views, which resulted in traffic of 40,000 on the website. The conversion rate for March was 3.2%. So again, that's higher than the average. And that just shows how effective it can be when you're targeting certain events where people want a product, they want to wear the product out for the event. So I will be targeting St. Patrick's Day again in 2025, and hopefully I'll have similar results. I will be honest, doing this much money in 1 month didn't come without problems. So I'm going to go over a few problems I had in March of 2024. It was a very stressful month, and I spent a lot of hours behind the laptop, but it was worth it for 34 grand, and hopefully this year I match that or do more. So the first problem is I was using Printful, and I was selling the women's crop top, but on Printful they're a little bit too expensive. So I think they came out at about £17 and I was selling them for about £29.95, I think. So it's not bad profit, but I think the product was just priced a bit too high. So for the amount of views I was getting, my conversion started off quite low. So what I did, I went on Printify, I found a similar product, and pretty much in the course of a day, I moved all my designs from Printful and put them onto Printify. Lowered my prices because Printify offered a better price for a similar product, which meant my conversion shot up. However, Printify, they ran out of stock of the product I was selling, so I had to find an alternative product on Printify, move my designs over to that, and then change the size guide on my website, things like that. So that was very stressful because I was getting a lot of orders in. I couldn't fulfill them because they were out of stock, so I had to change to a different product. I had to tell the customers that the products they would get in, the measurements were slightly different, and obviously I had 1,265 orders in that month. So it was very customer service heavy, and there were a lot of unexpected problems in terms of products that were out of stock that I wasn't really expecting. Now, when you look at Printify, the printers have they have ratings for production speeds, stock levels. I was using Print Clever, and Print Clever had high ratings for the stock levels, the production speeds. But I tell you what, they weren't very fast, and their stock levels were not the best. So if you do start to do a lot of money with print on demand, just bear that problem in mind. And another big problem I had in March when I did 34,000 is I was using a personal bank account rather than a business bank account. Silly of me, I'm aware, but in the UK, legally you are allowed to use a personal bank account as a business bank if you are self-employed. And the problem is, I wasn't expecting this business to take off the way it did. As you can see, in February, I did 3,800 as opposed to 10 times that amount the following month. And because so many transactions were going through every day for Printify, the bank was flagged for fraud. So they actually blocked the bank account, froze the money, which was a massive problem for me because I was using that money to fulfill the orders. So I had to rush to make a new business bank account. And as you know, you can't just make a business bank account, it has to get approved. There's certain checks that are in place to open a business bank account in the UK. So I eventually got a new bank account open through Revolut, and because the other bank account had froze my money, I didn't actually have enough money to fulfill the orders. So I had to open a credit card, put all the orders on a credit card and fulfill them that way. Now, that is a problem if you're selling print-on-demand items for an event. You don't really have time to mess about. You have to get the orders into production straight away because people need these products for a certain date. And if they don't get them for a certain date, you're going to have a lot of customers on your back asking for refunds, asking for returns. So for me, getting my bank account blocked was pretty serious and something I had to sort out pretty urgently. So that's just something I'd bear in mind if your print on demand store does take off. So that is pretty much how March was for me. And then going on to April, 15,000, May, 10,000, June, 17,000. In terms of orders, April 550, May 370, and June 630. And the event I was targeting from April to June was the Euros 2024 football tournament. I was doing football themed t-shirts for girls to wear to the England games. Now, that did really well because it went viral on TikTok and Instagram pretty easy because, as you know, girls love going out watching England play. So for me, and I like doing that as well, so that was the perfect event to target because it was something I was interested in. So I didn't really see April to June as work because I was enjoying making the t-shirts, I was enjoying making the content, and I was enjoying seeing everyone wearing them. So if you're going into print on demand, I will say that make something that you're interested in and you'll have a lot more fun doing it. And then as you can see, after June, the store does begin to flatline. We've got 3,900 in sales in July, we've got 1,300 in August, 420 in September, 855 in October, 1,030 in November, and 1,066 in December. Now, while that looks like a flat line from August to December, you know, there's still 2,000, 3,000, about £5,000 in revenue from August to December. So it's certainly not a flat line. It just looks like a flat line because the first 6 months of the year were pretty good due to those events, St. Paddy's Day, Euros football. And it's important to remember that obviously this is a t-shirt brand, so it is seasonal. It is going to do better in the summer than it will in the winter. I did try doing Halloween themed t-shirts and Christmas themed t-shirts, but to be honest with you, I couldn't really get anything going, and I did start this YouTube channel. When did I start it? About November. So my focus wasn't necessarily on this print on demand store. You know, I had a good year on the Shopify and I wanted to start the YouTube, start up some new stuff. So yeah, my focus kind of drifted away from this store, but 2025, I am looking to get right back into it. Now, in terms of what third-party apps I use to help contribute to this £93,000 sales figure, I use the email app, obviously, that's a good one. I think I've got about 9,000 people on my email list. I used affiliate marketing throughout the Euros. So what we did, we gave our affiliates 30% off an item. So that's a sale right there that we still make profit from. And then every sale they bought in with their discount code, we gave our affiliates 15% of that revenue. So affiliate marketing helped us throughout the summer. I got a happy birthday extension, so our customers can enter their birthday at checkout and then they receive a special birthday discount on their birthday. I think I've set it at about 30-35%. That's got us a few sales. And then the essential countdown timer, that's good because you can put a countdown timer on your product pages. So if you're running a sale, you can create a sense of urgency. You can say the sale ends in 24 hours, that kind of thing. And then finally, I've got Sell Easy. Sell Easy is good because you can create commonly bought together bundles. So you've got buy item A, get item B for 20-25% off, that kind of thing. So yeah, these third-party apps here, they certainly help, and without them, my sales might have been 80,000, 85,000. So yeah, if you're starting print on demand and you're going for the Shopify route, definitely explore the third-party extensions available. And that's pretty much it for my Shopify stats. So I'm now going to show you my Etsy stats and compare the two. So Shopify, I did 93,000 in the year from January to December. And on Etsy, I only did 12,864. Now, as you can see, pretty dead from January, February, March, and April. There wasn't a spike in March as there was on the Shopify, and that is because I didn't have all the products on the Etsy like I did with the Shopify, and that is because I was always playing with the idea of moving the items from Printful to Printify, because for Etsy, the Printful products, they were definitely too high of a price. And then in May, I did make that move and put all the Shopify products onto Etsy. And then as you can see, Euros football happened. We did 4,700. That was our best month on Etsy. And then it kind of died down again. June 2,000, August 900, September 900, October 800, November 700, and December 746. So in total, the conversion rate 2.4%, very similar to Shopify. Orders 594, and total visits 25,000. So Etsy was something that I didn't really focus on in 2023. It was more just copy the products from Shopify, put them on Etsy, don't really do much else other than just let them sell organically. If they sell, great. If they don't, not really bothered, because Shopify was my focus. Going into 2025, I do want to put more of a focus onto Etsy, because I think it is a good way to make solid passive sales if you set your listings up right. But that is something I'm going to explore more this year. Currently, I'm juggling 3 Etsy stores. So I've got this Etsy store and then 2 more Etsy stores that I've previously spoken about on this channel. So my time is pretty divided between all my stores now. So whether I'll put focus in this one or my other 2 stores, I haven't quite decided yet. But yeah, that's how the Etsy went. Now, I am potentially thinking about abandoning this Etsy store, to be honest with you, because as you can see, I did get a final policy violation warning. I spoke about that in a previous video a couple of weeks ago. I don't necessarily agree with the final policy warning, but I can't really do much about it, so just got to take it on the chin. It does make me quite anxious running this Etsy, to be honest, because one little slip up, whether I agree with it or not, could get this Etsy account banned, and then that will probably mean my other Etsy accounts get banned. So I'm not sure if I'm going to abandon this and focus on my other Etsy stores. I haven't decided yet, but it's something I need to decide for sure, because I can't really afford to lose all my Etsy accounts when this YouTube channel is pretty much built upon making videos on Etsy. So those are my print on demand earnings from 2024. But you're probably wondering, how much profit did I make from around 105,000 in turnover? So the product I sell, it works at about a 55 to a 60% profit margin, which means from turning over 105,000 Great British pounds or $130,000 if you're from America, I made roughly 50 to 55,000 pounds, give or take a little bit, because of Shopify fees, Etsy offsite ads, that kind of thing. But it does officially mean I'm a 6-figure print on demand seller for 2024 in terms of turnover. Hopefully this will be the same in 2025, but only time will tell. I hope this video has given you some motivation to kickstart your print on demand business in 2025.